Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrew Rosen. I'm very proud to be here this morning, and it's such an important day for the future of young designers in America and the development of manufacturing here in New York City. And I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My grandfather started his company back in 1910, a dress company, selling dresses for $2.99 and $3.99. That's $2.99, $3.99. And after the war, my father... And he made money. And he made money. After the war, my father went to work and built up the company, moved the company to New York City in the mid-'50s. And fashion and manufacturing has been a part of my life. I started working with my dad in the mid-1970s, and I'm passionate about our industry. I'm passionate about the opportunities, and I dream about the future, not the past. And I think that this fashion manufacturing initiative is so important to not only the future of fashion in New York City, but in America. And I think that it's critically important that manufacturing facilities evolve and update, new technology, new equipment, better working environments, creating opportunities for designers and manufacturers to collaborate together, build a stronger, better design industry and fashion industry. And I see the example of that as what's happened in California, becoming the center for jeans and T-shirts. I see that as what's happening in Italy, and it's all about the collaboration of design and manufacturing. And I see also that in this process, the incredible factories we have in New York City, the incredible people involved and their passion and their belief now in the opportunity to expand their business, grow their business, and get more jobs and expand their factories. And I know myself, I never would have been able to start my business and be successful if we didn't have a strong base of manufacturing in New York City, and I think it's critically important to our industry's future. Also, all of this gets started for me because of Yoli and Nanette and their passion for trying to do something with the Garment Center. And my belief is not save the Garment Center, but invest in the Garment Center. We need to invest in and continue to invest in the manufacturing infrastructure. Also, the CFDA has been an incredible force here and done so many great things, the Fashion Incubator, the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund, and now hopefully this fashion manufacturing initiative is going to be another important initiative, and Stephen has been a great partner and is just a great person to work with, and our industry is lucky to have him. And last but not least is Ralph Lauren, and Ralph Lauren stepped up and really gave their seal of approval to this and made a serious contribution, the first contribution, and I'm very proud that Ralph and the company did that and is believing in this, and thank you very much to the Ralph Lauren company. So now I wanted to introduce someone who I know for a long time. I've been smitten with her for maybe 35 years when I first met her when I was a young boy in my dad's office.
Not that young.
And she has been an incredible inspiration for me and for our whole industry, and likewise we're lucky to have her at the helm of the CFDA, and she's done so many great things for us. And Diane, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to. No, I'm just going to give you a little boost here. Look at that.
I don't need it.
Just a little.
I don't need it.
There you go.
I told him that I took off my snowshoes and put heels because I didn't want to look too small. Anyway, I'm very excited to welcome you. Very excited as the president of the CFDA, as a designer, as a citizen, as all of that. I really, I welcome you with open arms, and we will all work for you, and we will all help you. And our industry brings a lot of jobs. Our industry brings a lot of tourists. Our industry brings a lot of glamour. Our industry does a lot of things, and so we're really looking forward to work with you. And it is very nice that your first visit to our industry is to this organization and to this initiative and the incubator. I personally love factories, and you may not know this, but I started in a factory, and it's in the factory that I actually conceived it all. And so when my first advice to designers is always stay close to the factory, because factories are the ones who have the most incentive for your business to succeed. So I endorse this completely. And since it is Fashion Week, I wish all the young designers good luck. And he told me that we were going to have snow, but you know, but maybe he has a connection up there. You can help it, you know. And so.
I've been praying a lot. I can tell you that.
Who am I introducing? Oh, all right. So anyway, so welcome to this industry. We are warm, we are loving, we are young, we are old, but we all care about what we do. Passion is what we follow, and I know you feel the same. So here, talking about passion, you go next.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Feinberg, the owner of the New York Embroidery Studio, and one of 7 inaugural members of the FMI program. First, on behalf of all of us, I just want to say thank you to the mayor, to the New York City Economic Development Corporation, Diane von Furstenberg, everyone at the CFDA, and especially Andrew Rosen for making this wonderful program happen. As a small business owner, I know that I must stay on the cutting edge of technology to continue providing excellence to New York's fashion industry. The FMI is going to allow me to do exactly that. Specifically, I plan to use the FMI matching funds to purchase state-of-the-art custom-built laser cutting and embroidering machines that will speed up production to almost 10 times, significantly improving our ability to keep up with the growing demands of the fashion industry. The funds will also provide the opportunity to implement training to increase the skill set of my employees, so I will better be able to expand the range of services I provide and keep more business and jobs here in New York. The diverse needs of the fashion industry change every day, and this equipment and training will help me serve existing and new customers like never before. I studied fashion here in New York at FIT, and I've been working in the industry since '91. I'm delighted to say that I've never been busier. Innovation is such a critical part of the industrious American spirit we see alive on the bustling streets of the Garment Center every day. By supporting innovation, the FMI's program will benefit the lives and the livelihoods of the entire fashion industry. I'm so pleased to be a part of this opportunity to remind the world that while everyone shows up to New York with a dream, we're not just a city of dreamers. We're a city of doers, makers, builders, and designers. It was my great honor to work with Ralph Lauren on the embroidery for the Olympic uniforms that will be worn by our American athletes when they take the world stage tomorrow night in Sochi. We had the opportunity over the years to work with some of the best names in American fashion to keep fashion production here in New York. So you don't just see our work on runways, they're in stores everywhere. So it's small to mid-sized businesses that, like mine, that help keep fashion moving forward in this city. We're proud to be a part of the fashion industry and helping to keep New Yorkers in business. Thank you, and now I have the great honor of introducing Mayor Bill de Blasio. Thank you once again, Mayor de Blasio.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. I have to say, I'm so honored to be introduced by Michelle, because I think the story you laid out, I love the fact that you went to FIT and then made it here in New York. That is the dream that so many people have, and you achieved it and proved it's possible and proved that this is the future of our city. folks bringing their talent and their innovation and building here. The fact that you helped to create the uniforms that will be worn tomorrow night is something you should be so proud of. And that you're... Let's give her a round of applause for that. I want to thank, first of all, I will tip my cap to the public sector and thank our Deputy Mayor for Housing and Economic Development, Alicia Glenn, who will be working very closely with this. Alicia will be working very...
She's a woman.
Well, Dion, thank you for that analysis. So Alicia will be leading all of our economic development efforts, including our efforts to work to build and expand the fashion industry in this town. Alicia, what do you happen to be wearing today? Just thought I'd ask.
I happen to be wearing an ensemble by Theory.
By Theory! What a coincidence. I don't know, Kyle, I didn't talk to you in advance, so I'm going to be careful. You can wave off the question. Okay, Kyle. Our Economic Development Corporation President, Kyle Kimball, thank you for your great efforts. I want to thank one of my dearest friends who's worked in this industry and has done so much to help me get to the role I'm in now, and we will be working very closely with going forward. Gabrielle Fialkoff, currently of Haskell Jewels, thank you. I want to thank Stephen Kolb, the CEO of the Council of Fashion Designers of America. A man? Is that what you said? Why, look, it's a man. I just want you to know how proud of you I am. As your fellow man, that you've reached this. The irreplaceable, inimitable Dion von Furstenberg, president of CFDA. I asked if Dion designed what she's wearing today. I asked her if she could get me those pants in a business suit look. I thought it would make a statement. I really did. Andrew Rosen, CEO of Theory. See, it's all coming together. Thank you. And I want to thank someone who means a lot to our family, Nanette Lepore, who dressed Kiara and dressed Charlene for Inauguration Day. Thank you. And the photo of my wife and daughter from the inauguration the next day on the front page of the Times was one of the most beautiful photos I've seen in a long time, and they looked resplendent in your beautiful designs. And Nanette and I actually have already had a real coming together of the minds in terms of how to invest in the garment district, something I know is near and dear to you, so thank you. Thank you for your focus on that. And our elected officials, Manhattan Borough President Gail Brewer, thank you so much. And Council Member Corey Johnson, thank you. Now, this job involves a lot more than just snow. It really does, Mayor of New York City, and it's about 90% snow, 10% other things. And one of the most fascinating parts is being able to see how this town works and go behind the scenes in some of the most exciting elements of the different industries of our town. And the CFDA Fashion Incubator is an extraordinary example that most New Yorkers would not get to see and experience. I'm blessed that I have today, because this is some place that important things are happening for the future of the city. Now, some of the next leaders of the fashion industry, some of the names that will become household words, it's all starting here. And since opening in 2010, more than 20 emerging fashion talents have found a home here. And this place has produced a number of successful designers whose businesses have substantially grown right here in New York City. So this incubator is working. I want to thank everyone who's a part of it, and I want to thank EDC and everyone who's been a part of making that a reality. Now, part of an industry that employs more than, this is numbers everyone should know, this industry employs more than 180,000 people in this town, 180,000 people, and pays wages of close to $11 billion a year. That's real money where I come from. The incubator's backed by our city government, backed by private sector partners as well. It represents one of a suite of initiatives, the city has undertaken to support this key sector of the economy. And obviously not only functionally key sector of our economy, but one of the most iconic industries in this city, something so deeply identified with the character and the personality of New York City, and we want to make sure it stays that way and, in fact, becomes stronger. So today marks the first day of a week, or even more than a week, of events that are at the center of the global world of fashion, New York's Fashion Week. And it draws hundreds of thousands of individuals associated with the industry, leaders of the industry, designers, buyers, journalists, people from all over the world who just want to experience it. It's one of the great gatherings in this city each year. So this is the perfect time to announce the steps that we're taking to sharpen the competitive edge of New York City's fashion industry. Today, we're awarding a total of $620,000 in grants from a $3 million Fashion Manufacturing Initiative, a fund established by the city, the CFDA, and its partners. Today, 7 New York City fashion facilities and manufacturers will be the recipients. Now, these are the first but not the last of the FMI grants we'll be making. The goal of this initiative, very straightforward, very important, to strengthen the fashion industry in this city. This is an imperative, this is a strategic, important matter for the people of New York City, to strengthen this sector in our city, to support small businesses. Let's face it, if there's any sector associated with the dream of starting small and becoming big, it is the fashion industry. So we want to support the many small businesses in this town, in this industry, and invest in their growth. And we want to ensure that more of what's designed in New York is also made in New York. I can think of no more powerful marketing tool than the phrase "made in New York." And we want to see it a lot more often. Maybe made in Brooklyn would be even better, but that's okay. This is, did I say it out loud? I was thinking it. I didn't think I actually said it. I did, I'm sorry. This is a priority for my administration. Fashion industry is one of the key areas where we can create new career pipelines from our schools to highly skilled, good-paying jobs. And that is the name of the game, to use our public schools, to use the wonderful other educational institutions in this town like FIT, and create that roadway to consistent, high-skilled, good-paying jobs. Now, suffice it to say, I think it's obviously on display today, the fashion industry is not just a part of our past. It's not iconic because of what was. It's iconic because of what will be. And it's part of how we will build a more unified city and a city where everyone has opportunity. It's part of how we will build one New York where everyone rises together and opportunity is something available to all. And that includes, obviously, people who have not had as many opportunities, as many chances to work in this industry. We want to work closely with the industry to maximize opportunity and to make it a 5-borough phenomenon. That's why our Deputy Mayor for Housing and Economic Development, Alicia Glenn, who I've been told today is a woman, I just want to report that, will serve as our liaison to the fashion industry and will lead efforts to grow fashion manufacturing again in all 5 boroughs. We think there's tremendous opportunities here in the Garment District and other parts of Manhattan, but in all 5 boroughs as well. And we need to recognize that for all its glamour, and yes, there is glamour, for all its glamour, the fashion industry is built on the hard work of highly skilled people, thousands and thousands of highly skilled people whose names may not be on the cover of the magazines, but who make this industry so great every single day. Seamstresses, pattern makers, embroiderers, and many others. And that has been true for generations. And for generations, this industry has provided a pathway to the middle class. It's certainly been true for my family. In fact, embroidery plays a major role in our family history because my mother's mother, Anna Briganti, came from a small town called Grassano in southern Italy. Very small town, very out of the way. I've been there, I've seen it with my own eyes, and she came here to New York City. And she and her sister Imperia and her mother Maria together determined to start their own business. And they started out with embroidery out of their home. They eventually got so good at it, they were able to open a shop, which became a thriving dress business, just a few blocks from here at the corner of 5th Avenue and 35th Street. Thank you.
You're one of the best.
I am. I just didn't let on till now. But actually, Dion and I go to Milan all the time together. I just didn't want to talk about it. The fact is that when you think about what we're facing today, the many folks looking for opportunity and folks, in this town who are struggling to find that opportunity, and then flash back almost 100 years ago when it was my grandmother and her sister and her mother, new immigrants struggling to make it in this town, didn't speak the language that well, didn't have the connections, but they had the grit and they had the determination, they had the ideas and the hard work, that work ethic. And that epitomizes why this industry has become so great, and it epitomizes what people of today are doing. And their achievements, I can obviously say, the way my grandmother's efforts created ongoing opportunity for our family is part of why I have the honor of standing before you today. Now, I would say, to be fair, that my grandmother Anna's Southern Italian sensibilities from another time would probably be a bit jolted by the styles of today. This is not... okay, I'm glad you feel that way. Some of what you're wearing is okay. She would like that. But today's fashion industry is not my grandmother's fashion industry or your grandmother's fashion industry, and the hemlines are not the only thing that's changed. The level of technology, increasingly important for the growth and strength of the industry, and you heard that in Michelle's presentation. And we want to support this industry's growth in this town and the ability of the next generation of people who work in the industry to take advantage of that new technology and to use it as a way to create ever more jobs here in New York and ever more opportunity for every kind of New Yorker. The grants being awarded today are going to help these small businesses become a part of this new economic reality and help New Yorkers secure their own foothold in it. These grants will help New York City firms make infrastructure upgrades, buy state-of-the-art equipment, train their employees to use it, and succeed in fashion production in the context of today's world and today's industry. It will keep our city a place where designers and manufacturers can collaborate face-to-face, something that makes us one of the truly special places in this world, that the great innovative designers can be right there with the people who create their beautiful products and work together face-to-face. That's our competitive advantage, and it's one we need to aggressively invest in. So I want to congratulate the 7 companies receiving these grants. First of all, Michelle, congratulations to you and the New York Embroidery Studio. To the great clothier of mayors, Martin Greenfield Clothiers, congratulations. Okay, now, I want to be consistent that since I am saying Dion's name properly, I want to make sure I say, is it Workstat or is it Werkstatt? Which one is it? Someone tell me. Anyone? It's my choice.
The American version would be Workstat.
Workstat. Okay, we have come to agreement. I'd like to congratulate InStyle USA. I'd like to congratulate Create a Marker. I would like to congratulate High Production, and last but not least, Vogue 2. Let's give them all a round of applause. And I'm confident that many more firms will follow you as FMI grant winners and will continue the extraordinary success of this program. Now, since we're an international industry, I will favor you with a few sentences en español. La industria de la moda ha sido construida con el trabajo duro y experto de miles de personas, entre ellos muchos pequeños empresarios. Nosotros ayudaremos a estos pequeños negocios a ser parte de esta industria y a que más neoyorquinos se unan a ella. Trabajaremos para que nuestra ciudad siga siendo un lugar donde los diseñadores y fabricantes trabajen en colaboración. Muchas gracias.
Quite a personality. Yeah.